You know, in Toronto, over half of the houses have some kind of food growing in their backyard. But if you look at the balconies, almost nobody is growing anything to eat. And you can change that because it's actually really easy to do.
Hi, my name is Lorraine, and I'm good at gardening, and I'm lousy at videos, as my son will tell you right now. But today I want to show you how you can build your own hydroponic garden system.
Last year I experimented with a couple of different designs. Let me show you the easiest one I found. This is the reservoir. It's actually a tote that's made by Rubbermaid. It's opaque plastic, it's flexible, and it's strong. This is 1/4 inch black plastic tubing. It's actually from a drip irrigation system that you can get in a hardware store. There are two types of connectors that you're going to use. The first is a shut-off valve that will go near the planter, and the second is just a barb connector that you'll use to draw water out of your reservoir into the hosing. Two other pieces you're going to need are a plastic planter with a flat, hole-free bottom and 1-gallon plastic pots. Now these don't look really very big, but they were certainly big enough last year for me to grow full-size tomatoes and full-size peppers in. The planter should be big enough to hold at least 3 and maybe 4 of the pots side by side without squeezing them. This is the piece that's at the heart of the system. It's an auto-pot smart valve. It's a gravity-fed valve that floods the planter, lets it dry, and floods it again. It's the hardest thing to find. You're probably going to have to buy it online. It's the most expensive piece. For more information about the valve and how everything in the garden works while I think of it, you can go to magicherbgarden.com and read the written version of this, which has got a bit more detail. Moving right along, I want to show you how to put everything together. Alright, you're going to attach about a 1-foot piece of black hosing to the end of the valve and end it in one of those shut-off barbs. You need to affix the valve to the base of the planter in such a way that it isn't going to float away and it's going to be held securely. You'll see that there's a very small tab that you can use to tie it down, usually through a wire run through the bottom. Make a very small hole because leaking is a big problem. You'll also want to secure the hose to the side of the planter so that that also will hold it in place. It's really important that you don't let the valve start to float because it won't work and the whole thing will flood. For every planter that you're going to run off the reservoir, you're going to drill one small hole. Use a 3/8 of an inch drill bit, get it as low to the bottom as you possibly can. And in that hole, you're going to insert one of the barb plugs. Do it so that the long end is facing the outside. You need to, on both the inside and the outside, first glue it in place, probably with a 2-part epoxy. And when that is dried, you have to go over it again on both the inside and the outside with waterproof marine sealant, preferably something that is food grade. You need to set the reservoir at least 2.5, preferably 3 feet above the base of the planter so that gravity will power the valve. Just cut the hoses to fit. For more information, go to www.magicherbgarden.com. Thanks a lot.